These policies, the pre-need policies, life insurance policies, can be very difficult. That's why we ask you, the listening audience, to bring your policies in to Golden Gate Funeral Home in Dallas or Fort Worth. And me and the Queen will look them over and advise you on if you need to upgrade your beneficiaries, because some of the beneficiaries might be underage and some might be deceased.
Right. You know, it's interesting, Queen. A lot of people think this thing is just automatic. They think when they pass away, everything is going to be automatically taken care of. The oldest child is going to automatically step up, or my wife knows exactly what I want. And they just assume that these things are just going to fall in place. Is that true?
That is not true, Mr. Beckwith. And that's what we're doing every time we come on the air, every time we come on the radio. We're trying to get the word out to the public to let them know that that's not true. When death occurs, if you have not placed a specific person in place that you trust, there will be chaos and confusion, and your wishes will not be carried out.
And as much as you love your wife, your husband, your children, they are going to be devastated at your death. Whether or not it was a long illness, whether it was a sudden death, they're going to be devastated, and those decisions will not automatically come to them. So if they have that piece of paper they pick up, it will come back to them. You've talked about it, you've put it in place, you have it there. But at the moment of your death, it's not going to be automatic. Nothing is going to be automatic. You're going to be devastated, and your mind is not going to be on business.
Who have access to your money, King?
My wife.
Okay, your wife.
If anything happens to me, she can go into my account.
Every account you have.
Every account that I have.
She have access to it.
Yeah, we have separate accounts, and then we've got a joint account.
Okay.
But if something happens to me, she can definitely have access to it. It's in writing.
Everything that you have.
Everything, yes.
Pastor Body, who has access to your things?
My wife does.
Okay.
But also my children.
Okay, so if you pass away, your wife will have it, but if y'all pass away together, or she passed away before you do?
My children.
Your children. And you have that
in writing.
In writing. That's not something you're guessing at, is it, Pastor? Is it something that you have in place?
That's something I have in place. Plus, I took my daughter to the bank to make sure it was done.
Okay.
And sometimes it's, you know, we ask people to do things, but sometimes we have to take the initiative to take them there, because then you know automatically it's done.
And then they know where to go get it.
That's right.
They don't have to try to figure out your passcode on your cell phone or the passcode on a computer and all the stress, Carolyn, that comes with that.
That's right.
Trying to take care of business. They do not. And it's so much easier. Again, you just tell them. You go in, and we talk about all the time that payable on death. Or you make them a signature person on your account. And we tell people there's got to be someone you trust. It may not be your next of kin. You can go out and hire a firm. It could be your best friend. It could be a minister that you trust to that point. But you have to have someone that you trust to take care of your business, because once you're deceased, you can't walk in and take care of it yourself.
And, you know, I tell families that all the time. Just because you sit down and you talk about death, you talk about dying, does not mean you're getting ready to die. It just means you're getting prepared if something the unexpected was to happen.
So are you ready to die, Key?
I have a whole lot still to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not quite
so you don't
ready
mind
to go
coming
yet.
on an Ask Undertaker show, but that doesn't mean you're ready to die.
I'm not ready to die.
What about you, Queen? You ready to die?
No, sir.
Okay.
I have one wish to get married and probably live with my husband 20 or 30 years before I die.
Before you die. What about you, Carol? You ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Pastor.
Upon the profession of my faith as God being my God, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
What about you, Pastor Eaton?
Yes, I'm ready, but I don't want to go on the first busload.
So send the second one back.
Send the second round.
You want to catch the evening train.
So maybe I just say this overall to the panel. Are you going to receive justice? Or are you going to receive mercy when you pass away, King?
I'm going to receive justice because I'm going to be judged by the life that I'm living and that I have lived.
Carolyn, justice or mercy?
It's going to be mercy, John.
It's going to be mercy.
It's merciful God that he forgives the things that I've done and the things that I think every day. So it's going to be mercy.
Queen, justice or mercy?
I think when you die, it's too late.
Okay.
Now is the time to
get some mercy?
to get it straight and to get some mercy, because after death it's appointed unto man to die, and after death the judgment. And so
Judgment
if you live
sounds
the
like
bad
justice.
life, you go into hell. You live the good life, you're going to heaven.
Say, keep it
I don't
real.
think there's no in between.
Uh-oh.
Simple as that.
Let's hear from these pastors. Dr. Eaton, justice or mercy?
Mercy.
Okay.
Because his grace and mercy is the one that saved me. And since I have that, I'm secured in that. And so I know where my home's going to be.
We're going to end with you on that, Pastor Biden. Justice or mercy?
Well, Brother John, because of mercy in every day of my life, justice has been put on hold.
Okay.
Because if justice would have its rule right now, we wouldn't be here right now.
Okay.
But at the end, just as Sister Abrams said, we're going to have to stand before the judgment seat of Christ and be judged. And as you said, that's justice. Now, because of what we live, how we lived our life, will be judged, which means God has to decide whether we're going to heaven or hell based upon the evidence of our lifestyles. So I'm receiving justice because I know my justice will be rewarded in heaven. I'm not going to be told, depart from me. So my justice is I'll be in heaven because I get mercy every day when I wake up.
Maybe I should throw this out. Is it a sin to leave your family unprepared?
It should be.
Is it a sin to leave
Yes.
your family broke with bills? So you could go to hell for not having these.
Because you know better. We've been on this show for 2 years. We tell you, we're there to tell you every day. So it's not like you can go to God and say, I didn't know. You did know. And you chose
you're watching Ask Undertaker right now.
Or someone has told you, or you've been to a funeral. So even if you don't watch a show, and we hope you do, and we want you to, someone has told you, so you know. So you are committing a sin once you know, and you just don't do any better.
Uh-oh.
And the Bible tells us if you don't provide for your own house, you're worse than an infidel.
Isn't that
So if
something?
you
Man that
don't
don't take care of his
provide
own.
for your own
That's it.
funeral, and you don't provide
And you take your family
inheritance,
through that.
and take your family through the process
controversy
of
and
grief
embarrassment and grief.
That ain't
Unnecessary
right.
grief, Pastor Biden.
Unnecessary grief. It's time out for people coming to the funeral home having to struggle to do what you should have done while you was alive. You prepared for everything in life. You took care of everything in life, but when you are called on from time to eternity, you've made no preparations, and that's not fair to your family.
Dr. Eaton, I've heard the old school folks say, it's a sin before God. Go right ahead.
Sin and a shame.
It's like we prepare for vacations.
Okay.
Something might come up that we can't take that vacation.
Right.
But it's a fact that we're going to die. And we need to take care of that. Sometimes we act like we scared to talk about that. But I tell people, Jesus died.
Isn't that something? And who are
And
you?
he got up. So now, he said, and now when we get up, we want to hear him say, come ye blessed of my Father.
Isn't that something?
And we don't want to hear him say, depart ye cursed.
Let's make sure we get everything in us. So since we don't want to die with that sin on us, Queen, is it difficult to get a pre-need? Is it expensive to get a pre-need? What does it take to get a pre-need if it's that important?
All it takes, Mr. Beth, is one phone call.
Okay.
You can call me at 469-583-1924, or you can call the funeral home at 214-941-7332, or you're welcome to call the King in Fort Worth.
Right.
And you can reach me at 214-417-4504.
And that takes care of that pre-need.
That takes
That takes
care,
care of the
or if I'm
pre-need.
not there, you can call the funeral home. That's 817-478-9555.
So if I call one of those numbers, that pre-need is taken care of.
That's right. We'll sit down with you in the comfort of your home, or we'll welcome you to one of our locations, either Dallas or Fort Worth, and we'll go over the plan with you. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes.
And that's taken care of.
And that's it. You don't ever have to worry about it again.
Now, can you also take care of the insurance part for the family?
Oh, yes. We have insurance. We can write up to $2 million
So
worth
you're
of
saying
insurance.
those two things are covered. Pre-need to make sure that my funeral is taken care of, all my wishes in writing, and
Life insurance
insurance.
the
for the
inheritance
legacy.
I'm going to leave my family
And
can be taken
inheritance.
care of by just calling the funeral home, calling you all individually. It's done.
Yes. That's right.
Carolyn, how difficult is it to do a will?
Not at all, John. It's a matter of writing your wishes down.
Okay.
Having it witnessed, having it notarized. We tell people, though, all the time, if there are complicated issues in your life, you have lots of money, you have lots of property, you have lots of things, then we advise you to seek an attorney. But before attorney said something could happen to you, before you make it to that attorney, at least have something in writing at home.
Write it down, get it witnessed, get it notarized, and then if it's complicated, take it to an attorney.
Take it to an attorney.
So we can do but it's better to have something
Rather than nothing at all.
than nothing at all. And Pastor Body, how important is it to have that soul ready to go somewhere?
Oh, that's the most important of it all.
Okay.
Because if your soul is not ready, then in eyes ye shall lift up, in hell ye shall lift up your eyes.
It doesn't matter what kind of funeral I give you. If I put you in a horse and carriage, I put you in a solid gold casket, your body's going to be good to go.
You're going to hell.
But your soul,
That's all it is. Your soul is lost.
and we don't want to just have these big, elaborate services, and then we don't have a place for you.
Hello, somebody.
So we're going to make sure we have that pre-deed in place. We're going to make sure we
Life
have
insurance.
our life insurance in place, and we're going to make sure
Got a will.
in 5 seconds or less, I want y'all to give a few shout-outs to your pastor. Who's going to preach your funeral?
Well, Brother John, you're to do the eulogy
Okay.
at the night service. But Pastor Bertrand Bailey of Mount Pleasant will be preaching the homegoing celebration.
Carol, who's preaching your funeral?
It's going to be Reverend Stephen Edwards.
Bishop T.D. Jakes. I know he's a busy person, but I'm requesting right now. So if you listen, Bishop, I'm one of your deacons.
Queen?
George Wynn Pryor, Dr.
Pryor.
Dr. Pryor.
Yes, Reverend Robert Hall of the Abyssinia Baptist Church.
All right, watch us every Saturday night at 7 o'clock p.m. right here on Channel 47.2. And every Sunday morning, y'all, at what time?
5:30 a.m.
All right, on Channel 21. And then every Saturday morning, we have the Ask the Undertaker radio show. That's at 9:70 a.m. on your dial. You can actually call in and talk to all these great people on the panel and ask any questions you may have. May God bless you. May God keep you is our prayer. We are stepping up the level of our services. Our goal is to treat your loved ones with the respect they deserve. We are taking our services to new heights. We are stepping in a new direction. Step into the new millennium with Golden Gate Funeral, where service begins and never ends.